Hello, everyone. I'm AT Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. It was a warm day across western Wisconsin on our Thursday as highs got well into the 80s across the area, and a few showers and storms during the evening and overnight hours. Some of them did turn severe. We'll take a look at storm totals here coming up. We're starting our Friday with some showers and storms, though, as of about 7 a.m. Most of that has come to an end. So most of the day today will be on the quieter side, but tonight we will have another chance for showers and storms. Some of them could turn strong to severe, but that is a conditional threat. I'll explain that here coming up. But of course, the big story is still the dangerous heat for the weekend. And then next week, we're tracking more rain and storm chances in the forecast as our ridge in the jet stream starts to break down, which is what's going to lead to the heat this weekend. So some of the storm reports, we had one long-tracked supercellular thunderstorm from near Osceola all the way down to Alma that produced mostly hail. There was a few wind reports in there. Hail anywhere from nickel and dime size to as big as golf ball size near New Richmond. And at one point, there was a severe thunderstorm warning that was warned for hail up to tennis ball size. And then we had another severe storm in parts of Rusk and Taylor counties around that midnight to 2 a.m. time frame. Did produce some quarter-size hail and some trees down in and around the Gilman area in Taylor County. But that was the extent of our severe threat over the last roughly 12 hours or so. We've had those showers and storms this morning. It's coming to an end now just after 7 a.m. and that's thanks to a stationary boundary draped essentially right over the area. Most of the activity, though, was a little bit further south than what the models were projecting. And again, not really seeing any severe weather out of that, but mostly just some heavier downpours and some thunder and lightning. And again, we talked about the future tracks not been doing a great job showing those storm chances the last couple of days. But the rest of the day today is going to be mostly cloudy to cloudy with a few isolated showers and storms around. It'll be a little quieter today. We may see skies potentially clear out a little bit more than what we're showing here, at least in a few locations. And then we're looking at partly cloudy to at times mostly clear skies this evening, maybe mostly cloudy in a few locations. But as we get towards late evening and overnight, you can see future tracks showing potentially a nasty line of storms moving into east central Minnesota, Hinckley, Brainerd, Duluth, up to Hibbing, and then rolling into northern Wisconsin overnight, clipping maybe the north and northeastern parts of our area. The reason that we're not seeing much activity in western Wisconsin, at least according to this run of future track and others I have seen, is the suggestion of the boundary maybe drifting more to the north and the cap or that lid in the atmosphere holding, as it's going to be a very warm, breezy, and very humid night tonight. So if that cap holds, I don't really think we see any rain or storms at all. Maybe one isolated storm at most. But if that cap does break, we could have some showers and storms in more scattered fashion, and those could be the ones that may turn strong to severe, because the environment will certainly at least support some severe storms, but the better chances for that are going to be up in far northern Wisconsin, back into northern and central Minnesota, and into eastern North Dakota. Now, may have a shower or storm to start our Saturday, but those chances are very low, and then the rest of the weekend is just going to be very warm, hot, in fact, dangerously hot, I should say, with mainly clear to mostly clear conditions, and really not expecting any rain chances either as we even go into Sunday night. So, Storm Prediction Center still has a level 2 risk for severe weather in place, but they did move that farther to the north. So, yesterday it was down closer towards Winona and Camp Douglas. It now runs from essentially I-94 and Highway 29 north, and then you notice this area in orange from about Port Wing and Hayward through central Minnesota back towards Bismarck and Fargo, North Dakota, a level 3 risk for severe weather. And the hazards, again, at least in our area, still a very low-end threat of an isolated tornado in that level 2 risk area. Hail is in the low to medium category, and if you're north of Highway 64, in the hatched area, there could be some hailstones that could be 2 inches plus in diameter. Not in every storm, but the possibility does exist. And then also a damaging wind threat. And the hatched area clips parts of Polk, Barron, and Rusk counties, mainly north of Highway 8. And those could be for wind gusts up to 70 to 75 miles per hour. But again, this is a very highly conditional threat. So be sure to stay with us for updates. And if you're going to be out and about tonight, if you're camping, things like that, have ways to get weather alerts just in case we do see severe storms develop. And when we look at the bigger picture here, so again, it's a level 1 and 2 risk today. They still have a level 1 risk north and east for tomorrow morning if there is any storms around. And then this is for Sunday overnight. through 7 a.m. Monday morning. We have another level 1 risk in place. That's along a cold front that'll move in. Of course, we'll worry about that later on in the weekend. So now to the next thing is the heat. We now have an extreme heat warning and a heat advisory in place. They upgraded this morning, although they did upgrade Polk, St. Croix, Pierce counties yesterday afternoon. The warning and the advisory go from noon Saturday to 9 p.m. Sunday. Temperatures during the day low to mid 90s, dew points low to mid 70s, maybe closer to 70 within the heat advisory, pushing the heat index into the triple digits. We could see it as high as 108 in a few spots. And I will mention that some of the counties in the advisory most likely would be Jackson, Trimble, or Buffalo potentially. That could be upgraded to an extreme heat warning if we see an increase in the temperatures or the dew points maybe go up a degree or 2. So looking at the temperature dew point feels like forecast, this is for Eau Claire, but it'll give you a general idea. So the temperature is here, this is the dew point, this is what it would feel like. So today, you notice the dew points come up to about 70 this afternoon and evening. Temperatures topping out low to mid 80s, that would push the heat index close to 90. I think we have a chance for low to maybe mid 90s southwest. It'll be a little cooler north and east. But here's Saturday and why we have that extreme heat warning in place. 93 to 94 for the temperature, dew points between about 72 and 74, pushing the heat index well into the triple digits. And could get close to the upper 100s even, so, or at least the upper 100s, just shy of 110. So with that being said, and we've been talking about this last several days, again, keep those heat safety tips in mind, staying hydrated, staying cool as well, and then be sure to recharge yourself, whether that's going to a store or a friend's house that has air conditioning. And again, try to avoid overworking. If you have to work this weekend, that's usually between about 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. No, you can even extend that maybe a little bit later into the evening as well. Hotel forecast today, highs ranging from the upper 70s northeast to as warm as the upper 80s southwest. So that's why we could see a few low to mid 90s for the heat index values south and west. Again, this will depend on cloud cover just a little bit. Here are the low temperatures tonight. Low to mid 70s, maybe upper 60s in Medford. If that boundary or storms move in, the numbers will be a little bit cooler than that. Highs tomorrow, generally in the mid 90s, maybe upper 90s. You get down towards Alma, high there at 97, even getting the 90 in Medford, forecasting 95 for Eau Claire, and about the same numbers on Sunday, highs in the low to mid 90s. And of course, unfortunately, we're not going to get much relief at night with temperatures only falling back into the 70s with those high dew points. And we're on record warm low watch. So the record 72 for Saturday morning, or for Friday night into Saturday morning, because remember the low temperature occurs in the morning. So the record warm low for Saturday and Sunday are both 72. Monday is 73. The best chance and good chance to break it would be tomorrow night into Sunday morning, and then again Monday morning. Tonight's a little iffy. It just depends on if we have any storms around. So the low of 78 is my forecast for Saturday night. The last time we had a low of 78 or higher was August 26th of 2013. The low that night was also 78 degrees. And I did a little bit of research, and these are the warmest low temperatures in history in Eau Claire. 81 is the record, and that happened June 27th, 1991, July 20th, 1932. We had two other instances where the low was 80, and then 3 times we had a low of 79. Even on July 4th in 99, the low was 79 degrees. So we're getting into record territory for not only the warm low temperatures for the daily, but possibly at least in record territory for all of the climate data for Eau Claire. So it's kind of unusual to see warm temperatures that high. Even over 70 is kind of unusual for us, but when you start getting into the mid to upper 70s, that's almost flirting with record territory, as you saw. Next week, again, we see a pattern shift. Shower and storm chances will return. There is the potential we could see some heavy rainfall, maybe some strong to severe storms as well, depending on where this cold front turning into a stationary boundary does set up. But we will certainly be cooling down